inside and look for ways to try to ease our minds. Forced into a change, I guess it had to be this way. But do your best to try to stay away. The day they closed the world, we all went inside, looking for the light. The day they closed the world, we all realized what it means to try. So hold on to the love, don't you be afraid. There come a time when you will have your say. And don't forget to pray the Lord to keep us safe. We will live to fight another day. The day they closed the world, we all went inside, looking for the light. The day they closed the world, we all realize what it means to try. I can feel it coming, I can see it miles away. I can feel the sun of brighter days. I can hear the laughter, I can see your smiling face. I can feel the love that's on the way. The day they closed the world, we all went inside, looking for the light. The day they closed the world, we all realized what it means to try. The day they closed the world, we all went outside, looking for the light. I can feel it coming, I can see it miles away. I can feel the sun of brighter days. I can hear the laughter, I can see your smiling face. I can feel the love that's on the way. I can feel it coming, I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming, I can feel it coming.
Do not fear! Hoo-ha! Saf is here, and welcome to Saf Surgery. Inspirational people, inspirational stories, and what an inspiration we have today. Look, today is gonna be one rocking show. Oh, let me tell you, I've got Fantuzzi in the green room right now, waiting to come on, waiting to show his spiritual self. Now, if you don't know who Fantuzzi is, woo-ha! You should have been at Woodstock when he was 17 years old. And I'm going to show you an iconic photo of a magazine of him, and he'll explain everything. But let me tell you, Fantuzzi, he's a world class musical star. He's an MC, he's a spiritual leader, he's an activist, workshop host, he's charismatic, He's funny, sensual, super energized, and he'll definitely get you moving today. And I can't wait to just shake my booty because Fantuzzi is gonna be on the movie. You get me though? I'm part of Spirituality Gone Wild. This is Saf Surgery. God bless you all. Fantuzzi is something. He's a different breed. Trust me, he is a different breed. He's a special breed. He's a unique combination of spiritually inspired music rhythms, Latin, reggae, funk. Fantuzzi's music is sure to elevate your soul and move your body. He's from Puerto Rico. He's got Puerto Rican parents. He's born in Spanish Harlem in the 50s. As a young guy, he loved dancing. He loved singing. He loved performing. This guy just loved to escape, and he escaped. He escaped New York streets, and he left New York at the age of 16, and he hitchhiked around the whole of the USA. He even came to the UK, Europe, and he was everywhere. Fantuzzi had a life of music. This guy knows how to party. He's spiritual. He shares his joy, his delight with absolutely everyone, and he has performed at some of the biggest music festivals in the world. We're talking Burning Man. We're talking BhaktiFest. We're talking Earthdance. We're talking Glastonbury, baby. We're talking Woodstock. He's been everywhere. He's played with Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, Stephen Stills, Billy Preston. My God, I could carry on, B. But today, he is with me. He is. I have the legend that is Fantuzzi. Where are you, my man? Where are you, Fantuzzi? Hey! How you doing?
Honor and a pleasure to be with such being like you and beings I'm sure that you're attracting, that are listening and ready to take flight with us today.
Oh, jeez. Salsa reggae. Ba-da-da-da-da. Salsa reggae. That's my favorite. And I hope you're gonna play that for me later. How you
Of
doing, man?
course.
How you do? You're looking smooth. You're looking smooth. You're looking funky. You're looking spiritual. You're looking beautiful. And when I heard you first play, I was like mesmerized. When you were on that guitar, you were just. It was just cool, man. It's cool. So, where are you at the moment? You in California?
Yeah, I'm in San Francisco. I like to say San Francisco
San Francisco, man. Look,
or San
you've had
Francisco.
ferocious, aren't you? Ferocious. No, it's just so great to have you, Ed. And obviously, this is going global. But from the UK, you got a lot. I've got a lot of UK fans who are watching me now live, and who will definitely watch this later. And they're going, they're in for a wild show because you could sing, you could entertain, and you bring a sense of aura and a sense of peace and a sense of love with
Mm.
everything you do. And I just feel so grateful that I've got you, man. I've got Fantuzzi on my show. I got Fantuzzi, salsa reggae, salsa reggae. I really want you to play that. But before we get into the music side of things, tell me about yourself, Fantuzzi. Is that your name? Where did your name come from?
Okay, my name
Yeah.
is Louis Fantuzzi, but in fourth grade, the minute the class heard Fantuzzi, they all pissed on themselves and fell off their chair. And from that day on, I've been Fantuzzi. I started in Spanish Harlem, like you mentioned. My mom and dad are from Puerto Rico, so I'm
Hoo-ha.
first generation American. But I got good lessons there, like the school of hard knocks. And once I got my lessons, I knew it was time for me to fly because some wings sprouted on my heels. And I was ready for anything because the school of hard knocks prepares you well. After that, everything's a piece of cake, and I hitchhiked all over the country, the United States, every single state for at least 3 years, 3 visits, every state without a dollar in my pocket.
Wow.
And I'm grateful to the universe to bless me with all that I've been blessed after I got bored with traveling around America, someone said I could sell my guitar, or no, they said I could buy a plane ticket to Europe for $100. And I said, well, my guitar can be sold for $100. I sold my guitar right within an hour, and I bought my ticket. And then I've been to over 150 countries. Now, if I can do this, imagine all you out there, what you can do. And that's why I'm sharing. And that's why I'm here, to help inspire you to bring your magic to this world.
That's beautiful, and that's what we're about: inspirational people, inspirational stories, and we're here to give that message of hope to as many people as we can. Because I've had a life of chaos, a life of addiction, a life of trauma, and you must have seen a bit of that when you were living in Harlem, right?
Are you kidding? I was drowning in it, from my own blood family to my best friend, overdosing on heroin back in those days. It was very, very, very rough. My own stepfather also OD'd. My favorite cousin, which was more like my sister to me, we grew up together, also OD'd of heroin. And I could go on. My sister died of AIDS from dirty needles way back in the day when that started. And I got to just say that the universe somehow came to me, opened up my heart, opened up my eyes, opened up the road, the way to a life that's meaningful, that's holistic, that is inspirational, that is ecstatic and free.
Wow, wow. I mean, yourself, did you have much experience with drugs?
Because it was so evident that they were not the way to go, I was given the gift to put my toes in it so I knows what's up with it from an experience. But as soon as I went in, I was out, understanding that this is not for me. And I'm grateful for all of it. It made me who I am, even all of the foolish things I did as a young man experimenting.
Wow, wow. So you've seen a bit of tragedy in your life, and you've experienced
Lots of
trauma.
tragedy in the beginning, my brother. And that from the mud, the lotus is born.
Yeah.
So I almost had to be born where I was born. I almost had to go through what I had to go through to be where I am right now, which is heaven, because heaven is a state of mind. So I'm in heaven, speaking with you, sharing with you, singing music, dancing, traveling, living the life, bro. I'm in a 4-story mansion with 2 swimming pools, 2 hot tubs, 2 saunas, 2 gyms, and not too grateful enough. But I am so grateful for all the blessings that are now present. And it's all inside me. It really doesn't matter what's outside. It's all in. It's got to be in you, or you're buying the illusion,
You're buying into the fantasy. I agree. I totally admit. But have you always been this spiritual, Fantuzzi? Has it always been part of you, or when did it first come
That's
to?
a really good question. I was experimenting with psychedelics at 14 years old. I'm talking about a Harlem kid in 1965. I don't think anybody was in my neighborhood experimenting. And I was coming from a place of curiosity. I was trying to learn whatever God wanted me to learn. And then life came alive with an experience that changed my life forever. And I don't know how to put it in words, but I could say that I saw the truth. I saw the light. I saw the presence of the divine in a way that put me to my knees and gave me hope and made me understand that that is all that I'm here for, nothing else, to serve love. And since that day, I've never lifted up. And before that, I had to. Where I was born was very, very violent. And I'm now a peace man. And I'll even put my life on the line to save others. And I know that the divine has got me covered. So I never fear. Even when somebody goes and they say, now how do you feel? Now what? And I say, I don't know what, but this is not the first time I've been in this situation. You know? So fear brings darkness. That gentleman drove me 100 miles out of the way when he was trying to steal. He was trying to rob me. And instead, he drove me 100 miles out of his way and he wanted to become my best friend, you know. And I told him after a while that I needed alone time. I gave him a lot of my love, but we also have to learn how to give ourselves what we need. And sometimes is just being alone so that we can hear that little voice that guides us.
Jeez, man. I love you, Fantuzzi. I love you, man. I'm coming to your mansion, boo. I'm coming to. I'm coming to
This
do
is
a little bit
not
of
my
swimming and shit.
mansion. I have a humble home. I've been here 7 months since before the quarantine. I usually cover 200,000 miles a year. And so that means more than a half a year, I would have covered over 100,000 miles. I barely covered 100 miles. And I haven't been on an airplane. I live on airplanes. I just drove a couple of places, played a little bit of music. But I'm happy to go home. Home is a humble, beautiful piece of paradise on the island of Hawaii. And that is
Hawaii.
the big island of Hawaii. And
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to go there. And instead of working out on a gym and getting strong, I'm going to work out on the land and get
Yeah.
strong and serve the people who show up. So if you show up, I already have dozens of trees. By the time you show up there, I'll have dozens more.
Beautiful. What? Tell me what this is about. What's this about? What's this about, Fantuzzi? Is that you, man? Is that?
That's me on the cover at 17 years old back in 1969. They put that to advertise the 25th anniversary. So that one came out in 1994. But that beautiful goddess was a lovely friend of mine with benefits. And
FOB. FOB. Yeah. No,
and
that's yeah.
she and I danced, and someone caught a magical moment. And the Newsweek people, which is one of the biggest magazines in the world, the Newsweek general, the guy who was in charge, said, "What are you talking about putting someone like that on the cover?" And the lady goes, "No, no, no, don't talk to me. Just take this picture home with you and tell me how you feel tomorrow." And the guy comes back and says, "Definitely, we're going to run that." So that was a moment that I came back from Puerto Rico visiting my father. And when I got off the airplane, somebody pulled up one of those hippie vans and says, "You want to ride to Woodstock?" And I said, "Hell yeah."
Yeah.
That's where I was on my way to anyway. So I jumped on that, and I had one of the most magical experiences of my life, being at one of the most incredible, if not the most incredible festival on the planet.
Who was playing there at the time? Do you remember?
Well, let me just go straight to the top. Jimi Hendrix
Oh,
only had 20,000 people. That means 480,000 people went home. Nobody knows that. And it didn't matter to Jimmy. He was jamming with a couple of my homies that were playing percussion for him. He played so freaking good. But who stole the show was Sly and the Family Stone, because they put him up at midnight on Saturday, and we all said, higher, wanna take you higher, higher. Can you imagine like throwing your peace sign up with 500,000 people at a festival that never had one freaking fight? Nothing broke out of violence with 500,000 people living together in peace.
Wow. Wow. Look, I'm feeling a tune, man. Salsa reggae. Dun, 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 dun,
You want me to start
dun.
with that?
I want you to start with that, Fantuzzi. You know
Okay.
what? It's been on my mind, and everyone who knows me in the UK has heard me sing it. But I want the man to sing. I want you to sing your song. Give it to me.
Okay. I'm looking for a pick. Shikes. I had a pick, but no worry. From Puerto Rico, California, from yours truly, Fantuzzi, with my love and my Puerto Rican heart to your heart, baby. Ay, qué rico me siento, mami. Oye, qué bueno se ve. Sabor, mi gente bailando. Oye, salsita con reggae. Salsa reggae. Ay, mami. Salsa reggae. Ave María. Salsa reggae. Ay, mira. Óyeme. Salsa reggae. Epa, para gozar. Somebody scream. Ay, 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 ay. Salsa reggae. Salsa reggae. Salsa reggae. Que viva la vida, que viva el amor. Salsa reggae. Oh, in Great Britain, in California, and all around the world, mi gente ven y baila, goza for every boy and every girl. Salsa reggae, ow! Salsa reggae, salsa reggae. Oye, mira, salsa reggae. Thank you, family. Burn it on the dance floor. Burn it in your heart. Love, let it out, let it shine. Here we go. Are you with me? Ah, sí, como no. Salsa. Reggae. Ow! Salsa, mami. Salsa reggae. Salsa reggae. Oye. Pa, 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 pa.
Oh, salsa reggae! Woo-ha!
Oh my God!
Wow!
Well, if you go to fantuzzimusic.com,
I'm gonna.
You can look up salsa reggae, or you could just say Fantuzzi salsa reggae, and they'll probably come up. And I've got Santana's band playing the horn section with me on my record. Santana, is born and raised. Well, he's raised right here in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Here it is, guys. Fantuzzimusic.com. Check him out, man. Ooh, my heart's beating.
And my name, by the way, my name is spelled Fantuzzi. Because how you can spell that many ways. So yeah, man. Hey, Glastonbury was a good festival too, brother.
Yeah, tell us about Glastonbury, because that's in the
I
UK,
was there
man.
at the first one, and I was hanging out in London. And London was so magical back in 1971 that I was able to go to a different spiritual gathering every week, every day of the week, by a different teacher. So with Sufis on Monday, with this group on Tuesday, with Hare Krishnas on Wednesday, with this group and that group. And every day I went to a new community with spiritual community with really high vibes. And then one of those communities showed up, one of the brothers who was putting on Glastonbury Fair. And when we met, he's like, come on, man, we want you there. So I showed up there. They gave me a huge tent, and we had flown in, or they had flown in, spiritual teachers from all over the world. So it was a spiritual gathering. It was a spiritual rock festival. So it was rock and roll meets spirituality. We had the Sufis. I was playing a drum like, 500-pound drum, big, giant drum. And then there were like 500 Sufis dancing. And Hazrat Inyat Khan's son, who started the Sufi movement here in the West, was there. And all these amazing teachers from Africa, from all over the world. It was a really beautiful high vibe, and traffic was there. And I was good friends with Quintessence. It was a spiritual rock band that had 4 hit albums. Back in those days, they were like vinyl albums. And they lived there in London with their spiritual teacher. And they took me on tour with them. And they played at Glastonbury. So I jumped up on stage. I also met this group called the Rainbow Gypsies. Now, they were on their way to India. And they said, when they met me, they said, Fantuzzi, we want you to come with us to India. What do you say? I said, after Amsterdam. They said, cool. 1 month good enough for you in Amsterdam? I said, show. And so they came and got me in 1 month, and we traveled overland all the way to India.
Wow.
And I met them at Glastonbury. I met a lot of amazing people, and it was a very, very high vibe.
Yeah,
But only about a couple thousand people, not 500,000 like we had at Woodstock. But of course, now you have Glastonbury with hundreds of thousands of people. And I've been to a few of those also.
We got a few shout outs here. Thank you for that story. You may know some of these people, you may not. There's a lady called Julie Kiss. She says, so cool. Angel Renate. She says, hi and divine joy. And we've got someone here who's given me 10 messages saying, shout out to me, please. And his name is Joshua Susalu. You know him?
Not by name. Most people I know by face.
Yeah. Can you give him a shout out? His name's Joshua. Joshua
Hey,
Susalu.
Joshua, many, many blessings to you and all the family out there. Stay
Beautiful.
strong. Be wise, be safe, and be wild.
That's it. And then we got Valentina McFarland, who says, aloha brothers. Blessings, love. Yeah, blessings, love, music, hugs, and namaste.
Namaste all the way, baby.
Yeah, man. So that's a few shouts right there. And we got Debbie Garcia, my sister from another mister. And she's saying Fantuzzi Luis is absolutely amazing.
I love you, Debbie Garcia. You are the queen of hearts.
She most definitely is. But so look, you got Glastonbury, you got Woodstock. What was BhaktiFest like? What was that like? Tell me about BhaktiFest.
Okay. I ended up being invited to BhaktiFest, and I have the most amazing. It was like a dream come true. You see, I never bought one way to go to God, every way to go to God. So I was involved with the Hare Krishnas and chanting, and I went there, and there was more chanting than I've seen anywhere. There was so many beautiful brothers and sisters chanting, and the vibration is the highest and the purest at BhaktiFest. I loved it. And, Krishna Das was there. He invited me to come and play conga drums with him. I played with everybody. I emceed the show, and they gave me 2 spots to play. And that was one on the main stage and one on, they call Hanuman stage. And, you know, there's yoga classes all day long by like superb yoginis. That's a female yoga teacher or yoga person, and yogis. And it was just and we didn't have it this year, which I'm a little bummed about, but you know, we're in a pandemic. Hopefully, we can get back up on our feet and have some more awesome. Bhakti means devotion. So let us swim in the ocean of devotion. Call it Bhakti, call it Shakti, call it Glastonbury, call it whatever you want.
You're talking about drums. You got any drums there for me?
I do.
Give me some sounds, Mr. Fantuzzi.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, let's go.
Ooh, look at that beautiful drum. It's actually not tuned super good, but can you hear it?
I can hear it. Ooh!
Kilele, kilele, abo, abo, kilele, 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 abo, abo, kilele, mama, mama, kilele, baba, baba, kilele, Krishna, Krishna, kilele, love, love, kilele. Arriba con la luna, arriba con amor. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hoo-ha! Oh, beautiful. This this has been one of the most this is the most musical show I've ever had. Oh God.
I did
love it, man.
get a drum from my mother when I was about 14 years old. And that helped me get into it, you know, because once you have a drum, like anybody out there who's interested in drumming, get yourself a drum and get a hold of me. I've been actually teaching online people in England. They get regular lessons from me. So we go online and we have some fun. And that is the best way to get the job done. Wouldn't you say, Saf?
Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
I was teaching drumming right in this room yesterday to children.
Wow. Wow.
And one of them was my grandchild.
Oh man. Man, beautiful. Beautiful. I've got Angel Renata saying, she's asking, have you been to Norway?
I think I was in Norway. I'm not 100% sure. I forget. It's been over 150 countries. But I was in Sweden. Yeah, I was in Norway. I haven't been to Denmark. Wait a minute. No, I don't think I've been to Denmark. Anyway, I love that part of the world. The land of the midnight sun.
That's right, yeah.
We did a ceremony there and we smoked some ganja, some sacrament. We didn't get to do the ayahuasca or anything, but we did it like an ayahuasca ceremony. It lasted all night long. I think we did 12 hours of sitting, chanting, praying, meditating. It was very powerful.
So do you meditate every day, Fantuzzi?
You know, I used to meditate 3 hours a day. And then I ran into this guy named Krishnamurti. And he said, meditation is the movement of daily living. So formal meditation is a good thing to get into. And I do some, but not a whole lot. I hope to be doing more. I'm going to do my own Vipassana. and my vipassana means I'll be meditating all day. Instead of doing quarantine, because when you go to Hawaii, you have to quarantine. So instead of doing quarantine, I'm just going to, okay, forget it. Shut off my computer, my phone. Don't talk anymore. I did that for 6 months once, by the way.
Wow.
So, you know, meditation is the movement of daily living, but formal meditation will help you get to a place where you remember and you realize that everything you do is meditation.
I wanted to ask you, Fantuzzi, if I may, who was your inspiration in terms of music? Who was the musical inspiration in your life growing up?
I
And why?
had a surrogate dad, not a surrogate dad. I had a stepdad, and his name was Bitin Lopez. And you probably never heard of Bitin Lopez, but you heard of Tito Puente, the big names like that, Mongo Santa Maria. He played with all the people. So he was a big inspiration for me. But Babatunde Olatunji was my godfather in drumming. And of course, you know, someone like Santana was always good. I always go inside. My musical inspiration is the birds and silence. I get my inspiration from them. You know, I love Seal. I love Sting. I love so many artists that are out there. But I try to just go inside for like to lean towards. So I don't have, you know, Bob Marley. I have so many people who have touched me, but I try to go inside for my inspiration.
That's beautiful. That really is beautiful. And you played with some pretty famous people, right? You played with Bob Dylan, man.
I had
Paul
a time
Simon.
with Bob Dylan, not on stage. Me and Bobby, as we call him, spent a weekend together, you know, and jammed till dawn and went on his boat. And lots of people, you know, Taj Mahal, Richie Havens, who just passed away, Stephen Stills. You know, I don't know. I feel weird saying all the people that I've connected with. I just connect, and people put these people on pedestals.
Yeah.
And you really got to put on pedestal love where it comes. So the person that sings and wakes up more love in you than anybody else, that's the one. That's
That's
the
the way it
one.
is, man. That's what I say. I say never put anyone on a pedestal and never put anyone on a pit. Bring them to an equilibrium and put them in your heart.
That's how they want to be treated. So all the very amazing people that I've spent time with and I keep running into, that's when they see that I see them as an equal. I'm not putting them on a pedestal, certainly not putting them down. They appreciate that. So we got to see each other as human beings, not as somebody so super special, you know, and then we'll get further along.
That's beautiful. I love you, man. What's your favorite tune that you've made? Which is
My latest,
your latest? Yeah.
is my greatest. And
Do you
before
want
I
to?
end this time with you and not sing it, like no one's ever heard me sing this song,
Oh
okay?
wow. Okay.
Because I've only maybe played it once at, you know, a small gathering of blah, blah, blah. And maybe I sang it once at another live thing like this, but I really just started. It's not even finished being written,
Do you
but
want to
I
tell me what
watched.
it's about?
It's about the times that we're in,
Okay.
the Black Lives Matter movement,
Okay.
and the women called wall of moms, and they're standing between the federal police and the peaceful protesters. So this is about peacefully protesting without any fear, because that's what time it is. And it goes like this. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. My arms are up, so please don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. My arms are up, so please don't shoot me. Wall of moms are arm in arm, protecting peaceful protesters from harm. Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, if they're here with us, you know you would hear them sing. Don't shoot, please, don't shoot me. Our arms are up, so please don't shoot me. Don't shoot, please, don't shoot. Our arms are up now, please don't shoot. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Sing if you like. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, then the world will know peace. The world will know peace. The world will know peace. Right, Saf? The world will know peace. La 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 la, la 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 la. Black lives matter, family. All lives matter. Let's do it. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. It's a reset, my friend. It's a reset. All of this shelter in place, all of these opportunities to make this world better, each in our own way, however we can. And then, and only then, shall we know peace. Starts with you and me, right?
Oh wow, that was powerful, man. That was powerful. What an amazing tune to finish up on, and especially under current times and everything. It's that was. I'm lost for words. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Before we finish the show, and I really don't want it to finish, but I know you've got a trip to go to, and you do a lot of activism. Can you quickly tell us what you're an activist for? What I know you fight against injustice. What's the biggest thing in your life? What are you fighting for? What's the activism that you stand for?
Well, right now, you know, I made it there. I made it to Black Lives Matter protest with, you know, peacefully. We did it in Berkeley with my grandchildren and my daughter. I have 3 children, and my sons are in Puerto Rico and in New York, and they're doing the same thing. It really is about making this world a better place. And there's people that are hungry in the streets, and they're dying, some of them. And we have to get out there and make this world a better place. So, you know, I started off doing the protesting, the Vietnam War. That was back in the 60s. So I made it to the Native American Standing Rock. And I was there. I was there with them for a week or 10 days. And it was one of the most powerful things I've ever been to. So the Native Americans are being treated like they've always been treated, not fairly. And they're poisoning the waters. And so we went there to support them. And we're not really protesting. We're standing for life. We're acting for life. We're standing for life. And it's the same thing with the movement. What was it called in Wall Street?
I don't know.
The Wall Street movement. We stopping Wall Street. Anyway, it was at Liberty Park, and it was one of the most powerful protests that I've ever been to, and it was happening all around the globe. I'm having a little bit of a brain fart, but it's about the imbalance that's happening in the world, where there are people right now making billions of dollars, tens and hundreds of billions of dollars. And meanwhile, there are people that can't pay rent, that can't feed their family. So all of this imbalance has got to stop. All of these stupid wars for money has got to stop. So we have to bring peace to the world. And that's what I'm protesting. That's what I'm standing for. I'm protecting. We are the protectors of peace, the protectors of balance, for everyone to get enough to eat, shoes on their feet, a place to rest. That's common sense. And I don't know what it is with some people that are thinking that it's okay for them to gather millions and hundreds of millions and billions and trillions of dollars while there's people suffering. So that's what I'm for. I'm standing for people to be treated respectfully, equally, so that we could all live a life of love, a life of peace. And it's possible. It starts with you and me. And everything that I've done is just to show you. Imagine what you can do if I've gotten to do all that I've gotten to do. We didn't even discuss Burning Man. I did 16 Burning Mans in a row. I've been to India 24 times. I've been to Bali 36 times. I've traveled the world. I've been to Africa several times. And I'm only saying this to say, if I can do it, you can do it. So please get a hold of me. Let me know how I've inspired you. It inspires me to keep going, because I'm about to head for 70 years being here. And I feel like my work is done. I'm ready to go to my home in Hawaii and dig a lovely hole and fill it up with this body or some ashes. It doesn't really matter when. It could be 20, 30 years from now. But life is to be lived every day fully. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Live it like there is no tomorrow. Today. I love you. I'm starting a Patreon. That means so when I retire and I can't bounce around like I'm bouncing around now, that there's some money there to help feed me or help somebody feed me, because I can't feed myself. So find me and help not only me, help anybody that you see in need. And it's not about money. It's about love. Because when I find a hungry person in the street, I sit with them. I look at them in the eye and I show them love, and they feel like somebody cares. And when they're not looking, I'll slip some money in their jar and take off and say, "We love you. We love you. And you matter."
Wow. Thank you very much, Fantuzzi. This has been an incredible show, and you're an incredible guest. And you've been an incredible inspiration to me, and I'm sure everyone who's watching live and everyone who's going to be watching this. Man, you is cooking with gas, Fantuzzi. I'm
La
telling you,
vie
look at
en
that.
rose.
Way, arriba,
Look at
arriba.
life with rose-colored glasses. It is
Hey, hey,
okay.
hey,
My
hey,
brother,
hey, hey,
my brother
hey,
from another
hey,
mother.
hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
put it
hey,
on.
hey.
Put on those
Yeah, man.
rainbow glasses and
Yeah,
see
man.
the blessing that God has for us. Never mind all the challenges. Go with all your heart to those challenges. They make us wiser. They make us more loving.
Beautiful, beautiful. Um, one more message from someone, and they put, "Who motivates? Who motivates the motivator when the motivator isn't motivated?" Oh wow. Who? Woo! Who motivates? Who motivates the motivator when the motivator isn't motivated?
The
Over to
one,
you.
the one that can't be put into a box. The one that can't be even seen with these eyes or even heard with these ears. That is the
That's it.
one that
That's
motivates
it.
the motivator.
That's it, man. That's it. Salsa reggae. Do, 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 do,
Hey
do.
man,
Salsa
come on,
reggae.
come
No,
on.
come on. One more tune.
Get
One more
down with a
tune.
little funk with the man. Here we go. Say yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. Say yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Hallelujah.
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 Woo-ha.
I
Hallelujah.
release, I let go, I let spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. I'm only here for love. Only here for love. Come on, baby. Say, shine your light, your peaceful, loving light. That's right.
Woo-ha.
Shine your light. Come on. Your peaceful, loving light. Oh, yeah.
Woo-ha.
Shine your light. Woo! Your peaceful, loving light. Shine your light. Your peaceful, loving light. Thank you, brother. It's been an honor. And thank you, family. Fantuzzi, Fantuzzi, at fantuzzimusic.com. And I'll come over and play in your backyard. I'll play at your festival, or I'll play in your heart. It's all right with me. It's all
Oh.
the same, baby. Love you. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, thank you. Hey, hey. Fantuzzi, that's it, baby. I'm going to stay in touch. Thank you very much. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. That was Fantuzzi. My God. What a show. What a show. Oh, I lost the words. But thank you very much for joining me. This has been Inspirational People, Inspirational Stories, and wow. Fantuzzi Louise, the guy was unbelievable. He was cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. He's a different breed. And next week, who have I got? Forrest Gump. Next week, I got Forrest, man. Run, Forrest, run. Forrest Gump is going to be here live next Thursday, 8 p.m. UK, 12 p.m. California. Thank you very much, guys. This has been my pleasure. I'm Saf Buxy, Saf Surgery, Spirituality Gone Wild, baby. Saf Surgery, Inspirational People, Inspirational Story. Peace. We've had Fantuzzi. What a show. What a show. Salsa reggae. Dun, 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 dun. Salsa reggae. Dun,